My name is Letitia Ohene-Effah, the co-founder of Leader Freak International. Today on Effective Living series, we looked at parenting in turbulent times. The thing with parenting is that it's the one role in our entire world that we don't have a manual for. So you buy, let's assume you go out and buy a microwave, for example. It comes with a user manual. So you read it, you follow the instructions, and you know what to do at every given stage. With parenting, there's no such thing. There are books, yes, but our children are so different. Even moving from one transition to another is different and poses a challenge. A divorce, talking through a divorce is challenging. Talking through an illness is challenging. So that we're faced with so many difficult situations in parenting that sometimes we're overwhelmed and stricken into inaction. So what do we do as parents, especially now that it's been compounded by the pandemic? What do we do as parents to sail through this challenging time? So we need to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Those are the three key blocks that we need to look at. In order for us to learn, we have to look at four critical areas that we must learn. Number one is that we must get centered. I think we've all become restless wanderers, as the Bible puts it. So we're consistently running after the next big thing without stopping to realize that everything that we need to excel is within us. We have the power within us to control and to manage and to surmount every challenge that comes to us. So how do you get centered? You can pray, depending on what your source is. You can anchor to your source of supply. Pray, however you pray, depending on your faith. Pray, meditate, journal, whatever it is that you must do. You can go for walks, you can paint, whatever it is that brings you some level of centering and takes you back to your core. Do so that you can get centered, and then you can function from a place of love instead of a place of fear. Number two, build stronger relationships with your children. Now that's also a complex one because they have different temperaments, they have different love languages, they have different intelligences, they have everything different. Even in a home with two melancholies, for example, they may express in inclusion, in control, and in affection differently. So how do you begin to learn all of these, juxtapose that to your own temperament, and ensure that you're not projecting your own fears, your aspirations, your dreams onto that child and your fear, but rather supporting them to work through their own fears, work through their own aspirations, and come up with empowering solutions for themselves. The other thing you do, the next thing, the third thing in Learn, is to bring all your family members together and brainstorm solutions, possible solutions. So come up, just do a whole dump of, given this particular situation that we're in, how must we collectively solve this problem? And then just do a dump, write everything. No idea is good or bad. Write all of it. When you're done, come up with about 4 agreements that as a family you will work towards to ensure that you're building and creating that strong relationship. And then finally, you need to tap into your network of support. Support systems are critical. Everyone needs a support system. Just take your phone, go through it, see the kinds of people that are on there. Do you have a psychologist? Do you have a doctor? Is it a medical doctor? Is it a nutritionist? Who do you need to solve your problem? Go through your phone, ask around, speak to people that you can trust, who can give you reliable information, read around it as well, and come up with the necessary solutions that will help you to move forward and progress as a family. So that's learn. Now to unlearn, most of us modeled after our parents, right? So if, for example, your parents were born in the 50s, they had more freedom, they ran around, there weren't enough cars on the road, so they will send their children near and far by themselves. The world has changed. There's kidnapping every day. The children are online every day. We had a 94-year-old doing Zooms with this pandemic. so many things have changed. So we no longer can use those same tools that we had when we were being parented to parent our current children. So we need to learn new skills. We need to acquire new tools. And through this process, you can understand, where are my shortfalls? Where are my gaps? How do I ensure that I fill these gaps in order for me to be that parent that my child requires? So that's the unlearning part. And relearning basically says that if you take a look at the butterfly, it goes through a process, right? So at some point in its life, it will stop everything, hang itself upside down on a leaf or something, spin a cocoon for itself, and out of that protective casing, it metamorphoses into a butterfly. We all see it, we love it, and we like to even take pictures of them because they're beautiful. So how do we now reinvent ourselves to ensure that we're the parent that our children need? Not want, but the parent that our children need. What kind of parent must I be to be able to enable, embolden, and empower my child to be that child that they have been created to be? Not that child that I want them to be, not a mini me, but that child that the world needs, that child that is here to solve world problems. If you're able to do this on a regular basis, go through the process of learning, unlearning, and relearning, you should be able to provide your children with that grounding, that safe space to grow and become a responsible leader for the world. Thank you and happy parenting. Again, my name is Letitia Ohene-Effah, the co-founder of Leader Freak International.